thank you, Tiffany, not only for that introduction, but for being the first one to help me figure out like what the hell this story was and the story that I was trying to tell. And thank you everybody else in my writing family who's here. Bobby, you really encouraged me to like stop fronting and be vulnerable for this story. And my thesis group, you helped me bring it all the way home, so thank you. And here it is, all the way. From the start, he looks like your one fat chance. Victor is a girl's guy, a bitch boy, but a guy no less who seems to like you best. You've been at his house every day after school. First, there was a swarm of Mas Fina girls too. Your one friend Lisa and her toned dance team crew. They'd come because Victor was new and a city kid from the Shy, but they faded quick, unimpressed. See, Victor's not the fly, baseball-playing type that even the white girls would pump for. He could stand to lose peso himself. But for you, that doesn't matter. What matters is that you are 17 and pushing 200 pounds. What matters is that you've never had a novio, not even a boy who comes close enough to touch, and that really should have happened by now. And on top of all this, your mother's walked out on your pops, on you. One day you'll see, your mother had said, one day you'll want your own freedom and you'll need someone to forgive you. Vas a ver. The force of these words just kills you. Shoot. They prove that your mother doesn't love you. She sees you, inevitably, as a desgraciada, a fuck-up who will follow her path. And when you think about the fatness and the zero luck with guys, you hate your mother for being right. But Victor keeps on inviting you over, and it's some unexpected dream coming true. It's you and a guy. Alone in his house after school, you and homeboy reading your books for AP Lit and sipping rum from bottles his parents have left unmarked. You and Victor watching the WB and laying so close that the seams of your pants touch. Like everyone else, you've had this slow building burn for touch, for sex. You wait for it to groove with the times when Victor lays with you and stays there longer than necessary, but it's just not flowing yet. Now, when your legs make contact, he traces your knee with the tips of his heavy fingers. It feels like a thing you should welcome, like your chance to be normal, at last. Your mother can be wrong. You can follow the course of what's right. And girl, this you recognize, but you blow it all, just the same. You ask him, do you have anything good to eat? Any chips? He pulls his leg away and leaves to go look at his kitchen. Since it's been just you two after school, he does anything you want. He brings back Doritos and the food takes all your focus. As Victor flips channels, you crunch through the bag the way some people crack their knuckles. Now when he sits, inches of bed stay between you. Then outside, Lisa honks her car horn. She's your ride home, so you tell Victor you have to get rolling. Your panza, full and bloated, makes him keep his hands to himself. Your hot nacho breath is good enough reason for him not to kiss you. To Lisa, you try explaining it some. When he touches me, things get weird, like I want to get up and leave. It's blackout. Lisa's driving toward your house and she's ready to drop words of wisdom, like always. She's never had your sort of problems. She stacks up novios the way she stacks up bracelets on her tiny, toned arm. But more important than her smoothness with guys is that she's been your best friend so long. 7th grade. You met Lisa that year while poking through books at school. You'd snarked on your shared lostness, how 5th period meant an aimless hour in the library for the only two girls who needed neither ESL nor Spanish foreign language. Both of you, it turned out, were actually Puerto Rican among the Southside white kids and Chicanos. Maybe the only ones in Des Moines, you'd said. Que triste, you'd laugh together. They've got us, so we don't even recognize our own people. It turned out that's all you really shared. Lisa led the dance team and all the white girls on it. They still called her Mexican, but they envied her groove and her perfectly round and high ass. Those girls did not call you by name. They just knew you were not one of them. But Lisa, she keeps you near. If there's someone you can trust, like all the way trust, it's her. Why do you think you feel that way? Lisa asks you now about Victor. And you wonder if you can tell her the thing you have not put to words, the thing about those dreams, ill dreams you've had while sleeping. You've been having them for weeks, and each time it's the same. You come back to consciousness panicked, but loose, feeling also so ill, like a mound has melted across your heavy thighs, your lap. A mound of what you don't know. And you never see a thing, don't remember a thing, but you feel something true in your gut. The dreams are not about Victor. You feel nada de eso with him. And it's too strange, too senseless, so you tell Lisa something else. It's not that I don't like touching, but I don't want him feeling my fat. And this, de verdad, is true. It could really be all the truth. You look over at Lisa to see how she takes it. She's careful to keep her face blank and stares like a dummy at the street. Whatever she's got in her head, she holds. No need to talk down on yourself, she finally mumbles, all lame. She always refers to your fatness like this. She winds out the way of it, same as she steers around potholes that wreck the south side streets. Lisa could never come out and suggest her gordosa is what holds you back from Victor. But she thinks it. Shoot, you think it. And now even your best friend feels sorry for you. It's not talking down, it's the truth, you say. Now Lisa opens up and lets the real talk loose. Don't feel that way, Gabby. You know Victor likes thickness. At thickness, you want to smile, to hug her. It's a word that fills your mouth like pudding, and a word none of her dance girls would use. The thick is no word for you either. You and those girls would agree on one thing. You and those girls would say, fat. He told you this, you ask? She laughs. He's Boricua. What kind of Puerto Rican are you, girl? You gotta get down there with your mother. This is what Lisa actually says. Your plan to talk deep freezes and breaks. Right away she sees it. She switches driving hands so she can lay one down on your big, hammy thigh. Come on, she says. No se enfade. I should have not said that to you. It's true. You don't talk about your mother. Lisa knows. And on top of this trespass, you wince at seeing Lisa's tiny arm so close to the jamon of your leg. A daydream cuts through you where the thickness of your leg melts down beneath her palm. In a second, it's skin and muscle and bone, the limb of a normal muchacha, tan flaca, tan bella. The possibility pulls and holds you in. It takes more of Lisa's talking to bring you back to earth. I mean it, all right, Gabby? I won't bring her up again. It's fine, you say, just forget it. Lisa tries. She moves her hand to the dash and flicks up the stereo sound. There's a song by her group, those Backstreet Boys. You hate the Backstreet Boys. They're singing to Lisa, not you. At your house, you remind her to tiptoe around Pops. He's asleep on the sofa after working all late at the Firestone plant again. He sleeps there, work boots on, but never trips about your comings and goings. Doesn't care how often Lisa spends the night. He's been this way all year, ever since your mother ducked out. Lisa glides across the carpet to the basement, and you're going to follow. But first you stop sideways by the arm of the faded couch. You lean down close and air kiss near his jaw. Come visit, Gabriella, if you want. Looking at Pops, sometimes you get flashes of things your mother said. This particular lameness fell out of her mouth the day she announced she was leaving. She said it as if she were not the woman who made you. As if this whole life was just something on lease, like the 2-year-old Corolla that sat in the driveway still. As if her departure were an upgrade she'd been planning all along. In a minute, you'll offer Lisa the caldo that's still warming on the stove, but for now you keep the kitchen to yourself and you fish through the freezer and fridge. The answering machine gives a blink. You press play while hugging a big box of ice cream. Your mother's voice still greets callers. Unhealthy. What's worse is the way you get weird when you hear Victor's voice coming through. He's asking you to hang out tomorrow, but you don't fully get it at first because you're jabbing down the volume with fuerza, like the sound of his voice should be secret. It's not that you don't want to wake Pops or let him know you've got this guy. Pops is a heavy sleeper and he's so not that type of father. Plus, you think he likes Victor. You frown at yourself and scoop chunks of moose tracks straight from the box with your fingers. Its creamy coldness soothes you enough to replay the message. You listen. You lick and lick drips from your hands. Yeah, you'll hang out tomorrow. Now it just takes a second to get the gist of Victor's words. Then inevitably you inhale the entire brick of ice cream and then replay the words of your mother. So many things you just can't help. She says some basura, some answering machine BS. And still, all you can hear her saying is, this place is maldito, no place for me at all. Her excuse. Then she flew off to the island where she was born. She wanted warmth. She wanted her people. More excuses, like husbands and daughters are not your own people. You're no freaking sangana. You heard all their fights, and you know she wanted some other man. Not to mention the warmth that comes from feeling free. Now, you're old enough and full-bodied enough to be mistaken for a woman, too. You'd never let on, but you might understand your mother's feelings now. The need to get up and fly, to feel wrong doing things that are right. It might be what you feel when Victor comes in too close. It might not matter that he feels like your only chance. You set down the ice cream and move to delete that greeting. Let the new message be generic and general. Let Pops be pissed. This is healthy. This is normal. Just a clip of your mother speaking, then click. She's erased. We need, you say, to start forgetting you. You say it to your mother. You say it, of course, to no one. Thank you.